I'm feeling super chatty today, so please excuse if this is a rambly, longer video. Welcome back to my channel though. My name is Kelsey and this channel is Ruffalo Reads. So today I have a tag video for you all, and I will link the channels that I found this really fun tag video from down below in my description box. So the first person that I definitely saw this book tag for, which the book tag is called the Contradictions book tag. I first saw it from Rachel from the Raven-Haired Reader, as well as Mel from Mel Reads on YouTube. So this seemed really fun because of course everybody has their own opinions, and then you can definitely contradict yourself with different things that you think and feel about books, and all your opinions as far as you loving one thing but then you read something else that has that same thing and you love it, and you're just sitting there like, I don't even know how to explain this, but it's a thing. So I thought this would be fun. The questions are really easy and straight to the point, so let's get into all the questions. And I don't know if I actually said, but the creator of this tag was Daniela, so I'll link all those people's videos down below, their channels. So first question is, I love this genre, but I didn't like this book. So we're starting off with a strong one. So I love romance, right? But I feel like a lot of people love Sea of Ruin by Pam Godwin. I absolutely could not stand that one. There's a trope in it that I absolutely hate, and it involves a throuple and they're kind of dynamic, so I won't go into it too much because I don't want to spoil anything. But it's a very dark book, one of the darkest books I've ever read, and I have read some pretty dark books. I just thought that it was so just outrageous with how just upset I guess it made me, and yeah, I just couldn't connect with why people loved that one so much, so I don't know. And then the next one, I literally cannot explain why I didn't love it, which is How to Fail at Flirting by Denise Williams. People love this one. I don't know, I just did not like it. Like I don't know why. And looking back on like Goodreads and stuff, literally all I wrote was meh with a sad slashy face. So thanks previous Kelsey, thank you for that. And can I just say too really quickly that if you loved those books that I just talked about, like Sea of Ruin or How to Fail at Flirting, like I totally get that. They're well-written books by, popular authors, and it's not like I'm never gonna read a Pam Godwin again, or I'm gonna write Denise Williams off or anything. I just think that, the How to Fail, or the Pam Godwin one, the Sea of Ruin, is just, pushed my limits a little too much and has a trope that I just didn't like. So I know I don't like that. So looking into her books, I'll avoid, that trope if possible, which I'm assuming / hoping that it's possible. And Denise Williams, I'm just assuming that was a one-off. I just wasn't in the right space or the right mindset to enjoy it. So I'm hoping that her other one I'll like better, which is like a running one. I can put a picture here, but yeah, I'm definitely interested in trying more from her for sure. Video is literally gonna be so chaotic, but like why am I wearing like such a summery? It's fine. So the next question's actually really fun. I rarely read this genre, but I loved this book. And for this one, I had to go with Kristen Hanna's The Nightingale. This is a historical fiction, kind of a historical romance-ish. I never read historical romance. I hated history in school. It was just so boring to me, and I do want to try historical romances, so like that's a video I might be interested in doing, like trying your favorite, or trying popular historical romances. I don't know what makes me hesitate with them. I feel like, it's probably some similar stuff with just some different time-related tropes. So I don't know, I should give it a shot. But yeah, Kristen Hanna's The Nightingale was very sad. It made me cry. I don't know, I liked it. Would I read it again? No, but I would probably read some of her other books. And then another one I put for this was Angie Thomas's The Hate You Give. Now, this is on this list because it's a YA book, but it's a very impactful YA book regarding race, regarding police trauma, regarding, family dynamics. I read both this book and the prequel book, Concrete Rose. So those were very, very good. I don't typically read YA, like barely ever, but these ones were so great. I highly recommend. And one more I did want to throw in for for that is When Life Gives You Mangoes. This is on here because this is actually a middle grade book, and this was the freaking sweetest book in the world. First of all, the cover is the cutest shit I've ever seen, and it had this kind of like mystery-ish element. I listened to the audio, and the audio was so enjoyable to listen to. The accents, I think they live on this island. I can't remember where, but I would highly recommend. It's like this young girl trying to navigate loss, changes in her life, and it's so good. It's seriously so good. And it's such a quick read, obviously, because it's a middle grade. If that sounds interesting to you at all, pick it up. Read it to your kids. I don't know. It's so cute. So next question is, I love this trope, but I didn't like this book. This was like a little hard for me to come up with one, but one that I would definitely say is on this is Shipped by Angie Hockman. This cover is absolutely adorable. It's the cutest thing ever. And it was pitched as like a Unhoneymooners type of book. Unhoneymooners mixed with something else, I can't remember. But I loved the Unhoneymooners. This book just drove me absolutely mad with it was just so annoying. I don't know how else to say that I just hated it so much. It was so corny. It wasn't really focused on the romance as much as it was focused, I think, on like the woman finding her self-development type thing, and it just felt just so like cheesy and forced, and I do not recommend. The other one is a little sad and was a little like surprising to me because I love these authors. I love Christmas, and I was like, this looks so cute. It's gonna be so fun. But it is Christina Lauren's In a Holidays. First of all, this took me forever to get through. It was like such a slog of a book, and it just was so ridiculous. Like, I don't know. I mean, and I get that probably a lot of Christmas romances are like that, like very like Hallmarky and over the top and stuff. And a lot of people probably find this book so adorable and just perfect for the season, but I wasn't into it, guys. I could not do it. Why do I own it? I don't know. But yeah, there's that. Sad. All right, and the other book that I want to talk about for that is, I got this before I was kind of really into the booktube, bookstagram thing, and I was just kind of going into bookstores and seeing what sparked my eyes, and I do still think that you need to do that. But this book, Not the Girl You Marry by Andy J. Christopher, like, these are the tabs of everything that annoyed the ever-living shit out of me, so I want to pull one up. Here we go. First one is on page 57. That was a good question that Hannah had thought long and hard about, amid all of the things she was hoping were long and hard about Jack. I haven't waxed my hoo-ha since the last time I had sex. Was that line needed? I don't know. So first, before I read you this next one, let me tell you that this is like supposed to be like what's that movie? How to Date a Guy in 10 Days or something. And this is like a very watered down version of that, kind of flipping it on its head. But so she is saying, even if he was dating her for a story, Hannah should get to feel important tonight. And it's like, that was her like delusional thinking, that she's like, I know this guy's using me, but like, at least I'll feel important tonight. Like, it was just so cringy. Let me see what else I have tabbed here. I know that if we have sex tonight, you're never going to call me again because you'll think I'm just after you for the D. It's just like all these corny ass lines. What she knew for sure was that his good manners seemed to be straight up hardwired to her clitoris. Taking her coat and hanging it for her was practically better than getting fingered. I'm just sitting here reading this like, what in the actual fuck am I reading is the real question. And why do I own this book? I don't have many purple books, so that might be why I wanted to pick it up, because I like to do my bookshelves out there, at least in rainbow. Is that a reason to have this book? Next question is, I hate this trope, but I loved this book. And this one was really hard for me to think of because I don't necessarily hate any tropes, I guess, other than the Sea of Ruin one, the one where it's like, well, now I can't say it because I'm gonna spoil it. But the trope where there's like a throuple and the two are more kind of seem like they're into each other and they're not all into each other. I don't like that. But I chose for this kind of like ridiculous rom-com-y over-the-topness, and for that I chose Talia Hibbert's Act Your Age, Eve Brown. This was my favorite in the Brown series. It follows Eve. She's the youngest of the Brown sisters, and she's like very quirky, very like flighty, and she kind of just drives along because her parents are like, you need to hold down a fucking job for longer than a month. Like, you have to pay your way. So she stops at this Airbnb after she's driving for so long, and she meets Jacob. He's the owner, and she is applying to be the cook. She's never done it before, so she's kind of like fumbling her way through. She goes to leave when he's like, no, you cannot do this, and she runs him over with her car. So they strike up this kind of deal, I guess, and then of course fall in love in the process. And it's just, the way Talia Hibbert writes is just amazing. Beautiful, so funny. There's some scenes with some sex toys that will make you blush, I feel, and pick it up. It's so cute. All right, so next question on the list is, I love this author, but I didn't like this book. And I feel like this book was very talked about in all kinds of different fashions all over the internet, and for me personally, this was really sad because it's The Heart Principle by Helen Huang. I absolutely love and adore The Kiss Quotient and The Bride Test. Her writing's very, just kind of something a little bit different. It has autism representation, and they're usually just quirky, fun, kind of very sweet, very steamy. And this last one, we were waiting for, I think, Kwan's book. Is that right? Kwan, yeah. We were waiting for Kwan's book as the last one. And she took this lighthearted, fun, romantic, steamy series and said, let's make this last book depressing as fuck. I was just so upset, like just so upset that this is what we got for Kwan. And I get the author said that this was personal for her and something that she dealt with and how she met her husband or something like that. But like, girl, I'm sorry, but I don't really care about that. Like, I care about that for you. I'm happy for you, but like, this is not the story for Kwan. Kwan was a pawn in this main girl's life. He was put there to just slave away to be perfect for her. And that is not the Kwan that we had in the other things. It was so depressing. It was like caretaking for a very, very, very sick, like vegetable state parent figure, and most of the book was that, just depressing as fuck. And then he randomly goes and like runs the Grand Canyon, and I'm like, bro, is this coming from? Like, why are you all of a sudden running the Grand Canyon? Like, this is so weird. This is so random. And I don't get it. I hated this, and I'm sorry to say that because I absolutely love Helen Huang. I love the other books. This one was just the hugest disappointment. Next question is, I previously disliked a book by this author, but I loved this book. So I'm going to choose the Christina Lauren's In a Holidays. I did not like that. And Josh and Hazel, this book is great. It's very 90s feeling, like kind of like the sitcoms you would watch back in the day. Like, it's very much those vibes. This cover I love. It's like that perfect setting too, like Friends and just those vibes. It's really cute. It's got like some text in it back and forth. Like you can see. So yeah, of any Christina Lauren, the two that I would recommend over anything is Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating and The Unhoneymooners. Those are my absolute favorites by them. Their newer stuff, I don't know, but I like their backlist. So next up is, I love this cover, but I did not like this book. So firstly, I'm gonna say My Killer Vacation. I bought this book. Oh, I should get it, but whatever, too lazy. I bought this book because the cover is adorable, and I do like Tessa Bailey on and off. This one was a miss. It was a 3-star. It wasn't like terrible or anything, but it was just very corny and lackluster. The next one is, I actually have, is The Island Affair by Priscilla Oliveras. Oh my god, Oliveras? I don't know. But this is like a Key West. It, again, was like giving me Shipped, giving me Unhoneymooners. And the Unhoneymooners, I'm finding just, you can't match it. Like, this was not it. Just not good. Just don't read it. All right, so for this, I will go over like my Goodreads thing of why I didn't like it. So here are some reasons why I strongly dislike this story. The whole book is a love story over the span of 1 week. So insta love, not a fan. The plot twist, if you could even call it that, was very obvious. The use of an eating disorder in this, coupled with countless mentions of her thin physique, was disturbing. The amount of times using a Spanish phrase to then explain said phrase in English. Stop. Take a drink every time you see the word coño in this. You'll be drunk. The pace was so incredibly slow. I didn't care about the characters at all. The past issue with the male main character was juvenile. I did not appreciate the chapters being plain explain chapter 1, chapter 2. On top of the chapter headings being non-descriptive, I did not enjoy the POVs and how they were never explicitly announced. So the writing style didn't work for me. Nothing really about this worked for me. This is actually one of the books that I gave 1 star. So I have seen some people that I am friends with read this and like it, but why? I don't know. I'm sorry. All right, so we're getting close to the end. Let's see what we have. So this is the last one. It says, I don't like this cover, but I like this book. It was like kind of hard for me because I don't necessarily pick up books with covers that I explicitly don't like or hate. But I would say The Mothers by Britt Bennett. This cover's just, I mean, it's beaten to shreds, but I hate that it has this. And then this whole trend that was going on for a little while with these like general fiction books and these just like, you know, abstract shape kind of things. Like, it just like kind of boring. I feel like the cover could have been really pretty to match the beautiful insides of this. This book was stunning to read. Again, a talk kind of about race, motherhood. Britt Bennett is a beautiful writer, so I'd highly recommend literally any of her books, especially this one. I just wish I had, and I should invest in a nicer cover, nicer book of it, but yeah, that was my answer for that. But absolutely love that book and would very highly recommend it. So that's it for the tag, guys. I'm not going to tag anyone in particular. I'm just going to say that if you want to do this tag, please do it. I think that it's so fun, and I love just, you know, kind of seeing all these different tags from time to time from different booktubers. It's really cool. It's really cool to see how creative people can get with it, and it's awesome. So this was fun. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye, guys.